Hi everybody, this is Sheila Aliens, and I'm just going to follow up on that story about the lights that were seen over the ocean near San Diego on the 27th of June. The Coast Guard has come out and identified the lights as being part of a military exercise. He says that they were flares. Here's an article. It says, mysterious lights spotted off California coast identified by Coast Guard. A group of strange objects exhibiting strong light was spotted over the Pacific Ocean late on June 27th. Leaving residents baffled with questions and causing quite a stir on social media. So aside from the tweet I showed you in my first video about this, where the Navy tweeted well before the sightings happened that they were conducting operations in the Pacific Ocean that day, you now have the Coast Guard confirming it. Now, I don't usually take the news at face value. Don't get me wrong, I believe in UFOs, unidentified things. I believe in all kinds of strange things. I've seen all kinds of strange things myself, having lived near a military base in Arizona. That being said, there's enough weird stuff out there that we don't need to latch onto military exercises and act like we think it's something else when we know for a fact it wasn't. So that's the thing, and I'm catching a lot of shit from this from people in the UFO community. It's like, you're not allowed to think for yourself. You're not allowed to have a critical mind. You're not allowed to be skeptical. I am skeptical of the government. I'm skeptical of the news for sure. They're full of crap 90% of the time. Now, the only reason I would go ahead and corroborate this with that probably being true, that they were actually flares, is I went and found footage myself. So there's a network of webcams that are mounted on mountains here in California to spot fires, okay? These webcams are at the top of the mountains, so they do see far and wide. So I went and I found the archives of those webcams. There's so many to choose from, but I'm just going to show you some footage from some of the ones that I did pull footage from for that day. And you can go and check yourself, because the links will be in the description below. Let's take a look at what I found. This is the University of California, San Diego's mountain webcam directory here. And these archives for this particular event will only be available for a matter of weeks, because it seems like they recycle out and replace it with newer footage as time progresses. So we're going to go here and, for example, and you can see I haven't checked all of these, so feel free to find some more footage of this. So I did check this one, and I know we can definitely see the lights, so I'm going to go ahead and click this Chino S Mobo C. The S means south. Those are the ones I've been choosing because I know the lights were seen to the south. And then we're going to go, you click large, then you click the day, which was the 27th of June. You go to MP4 folder, and then you go to Q8. Those are the flares off in the distance here, right in the middle of the screen, and it is time-lapsed. As you can see, it looks like it takes one picture an hour. Yeah, this one only takes one picture an hour. So now that we know that, let's go ahead and zoom in on the spot where you can see the lights. And you can see it wasn't just once. They did this over and over again that night. The flares obviously stay up in the sky for a long time, hours. And that was it. Then they were done. So you'll find a lot of footage like that if you check it soon. This will all be null and void after a couple weeks, where you won't be able to see this in the archives anymore. But it's not that big of a deal. And let's look again. Yep, they did it several times. Those are actually flares. Long-lasting flares, yeah. But nothing too amazing. So, there you go. Use your own thinking caps, people. It looks like flares to me. I understand if you don't want to trust the government and you don't want to trust the news because they're not trustworthy, but you also need to do a little bit of your own research and not be afraid to say it's not UFOs. It's just flares, you know? I have a lot of problems with modern day ufology or the UFO community, whatever you want to call it, because people are afraid to be, or they just refuse to think critically about things, and they mock you if you come out with some information like this. But if this doesn't prove it to you, I don't know what will. You can go find it for yourself. It doesn't look like UFOs. It looks like flares that went back down to the ocean. So please. This time, not that mysterious. Maybe next time. Thanks for watching. Meow.